It was hard for me to be forced to sit down and write about things that were extraordinarily painful to relive.
The memories of a traumatic annulment process 40 years ago are still fresh for Beverly Hawkins, a Catholic with a devout upbringing.
I didn't chafe under the authority because I was so used to it. Today, I don't think I could go through it because of that intrusion, forced intrusion into my personal life.
Hawkins' story resonates with many who feel alienated by a Catholic church where marriage is an indissoluble act and divorce remains unrecognized. Divorced Catholics looking to remarry must get an annulment, whereby the church decides that the first marriage was not valid. Those who skip the annulment and remarry outside the church are seen as adulterers and barred from receiving communion, an integral Catholic ritual. Faced with large numbers of divorced Catholics turning away from the church, Pope Francis has made headlines by reopening a debate on how to welcome them back into the fold.
That has always been the problem that the Catholic Church has tried to deal with. How do you remain faithful to the fairly clear teaching of Jesus in the gospel, but on the other hand, reach out with compassion and understanding to people who fall short?
And Francis is doing that with baby steps, telling priests in August that the divorced and civilly remarried were still welcome in the church and were never excommunicated. A month later, he simplified the annulment process, the most radical such reform in 250 years. Church observers say what sets Francis apart from his predecessors is his gentle tone and his ability to be inclusive while staying true to traditional church doctrine.
People who are gay no longer feel pushed away. People who are divorced and remarried feel there's a possibility they can join us again at the communion table. For those women who have abortions, for those women who use contraception, there's a certain sense that they're not being judged on that in the way that I think they felt they were being by other members of the hierarchy. Francis has said, let's all come together, be you perfect or not.
That's the message many American Catholics hope Pope Francis will bring on his first visit to the United States, home to at least 11 million divorced Catholics.
Many Catholics today feel that they don't need the authority of the Catholic Church to tell them that they have a, have a holy marriage or they don't have a holy marriage. I think we have learned to grow up and respect our own judgment, our relationship with God, and we know what is loving and compassionate and needed for ourselves.
The delicate subject of how the 1.2 billion member church should treat divorced Catholics will also be a major issue at October's Synod of Bishops at the Vatican that will bring together Catholic bishops from around the world. And watching that closely will be millions of divorced and civilly remarried Catholics who are looking to someday fully participate in church life.